Terraria is a great game, but despite its success, does it teach new players well enough to keep them playing? Any game can sell a lot of copies with overwhelmingly positive reviews and a frequently on sale for $5 price tag, but do the people who actually buy the game and play it stick around? That's where my friend Travis comes in. Now, he can't answer the question of whether he would stick around because I'm making him play this game at gunpoint for your enjoyment. But what he can do is expose points of friction that could drive people away from Terraria, the growing pains that could be too much for some people. We're past the very first impressions and gameplay at this point, but still incredibly early in the game, and we find ourselves talking to the guide on day 3 in-game.
Say, there's a person to tell you how to survive in this land. Oh, wait, that's me. Oh, hello, on day 3. Happiness is a thing? Crafting? I'm quite used to not having a home, but I wouldn't mind getting one. Okay. Jerk. Slime.
Interrupted our conversation.
Go away. Yeah, I was talking to this guy.
Now, the guide and his impact on a new player's experience is a whole matter in and of itself, and I go into it in much more detail in this video, so we're not going to dive very deep into his interactions with the guide today. But the guide from here on teaches my friend many things, but at the same time confuses him.
You want a home? You want to go this way? Nope. Goes
the other way.
Okay. What do you want for a home? I don't know. He wants a place to hang his hat. Maybe that's what he needs. He's a hat rack.
Yeah, that sounds right.
That's
the hat that he's wearing.
Yes.
For now, he moved on, deciding to explore to the left.
And what, did it get nighttime or is that just... Yes, I think that's nighttime. That means I'm going to go home. Dylan, I'm going to go to my home. You can stay in your not home over here until I figure out how to make you a home.
This is a new kind of reaction to the corruption. Night was falling, and so the moderate darkness effect of going to the corruption made him think that the biome itself brought about nighttime. And after previous nights, he had learned he is not well suited to survive in them. A strange interaction, but one that didn't end up being all that consequential. For now, instead of exploring the corruption, he heads underground.
Let's get some more tin, so maybe I can make a tin pickaxe, because maybe that's better than copper. I think the shiny stuff was something. Iron. Okay. Maybe iron's better than tin.
Isn't it fair for a noob to assume that any ore would be an improvement? Tin especially is a lot more confusing than I had thought it would be. Why would anyone assume that tin is the equivalent to copper? Of course he would assume it's an upgrade. Now technically speaking, tin does have some very minor benefits over copper, which is good and all, but they are still so small a benefit so as to wonder if it would just be better for people to start with tin or copper tools that correspond to whatever ore is in your world and make the stats equivalent. But I guess since character and world creation are two separate things, that might not be feasible. Now Terraria has some growing pains, but there's also just some fun interactions that occur.
Who's there?
Ding dong.
Nobody. Yeah, ding dong. They should add the doorbell.
Yeah.
I didn't order pizza, sirs.
Are you sure? Maybe they went to the wrong house too. You get free pizza.
Maybe.
Just open the door.
Do you guys like stars? Can I throw you a star? No, that didn't work last time. I'm not going to do that. Well, they aren't breaking my door yet, so...
No.
That is a good thing.
Oh, he thought mobs could break down doors. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Poor guy is set up for a rude awakening on his first blood moon. He made a chest to store his items since he hadn't found a treasure chest yet, but before doing anything with it, he found the zombies to be annoying.
Well, these guys are annoying, so I'm gonna do this ancient medieval technique called a murder hole. Nope, that doesn't work. Oh, and there's skeletons. Maybe I can make a spear. Maybe that's a thing someday, because it has longer reach. I don't know. But to do that, I need more iron, I'm sure. So, into the mines we go. We'll ignore those guys.
He came back and died to demonize. That'll be important later. But this is the first night that enemies were becoming a problem at his home.
Oh, where'd you come from, sir?
Something I'm sure many noobs are confused by at first is how things spawn. I keep seeing them make homes with very open basements in particular. Travis is unique with a base wide enough for enemies to spawn on the outer edges of it while he's on the other edge. It confuses him when they invade, but he never really tried to do anything about it. That's not to say he didn't do some building.
My body was donated to science by the Demon Eye. Okay. Do you know what we do with science? We put it in the library.
Travis will start building more later, but first he needs more blocks where he encounters his first worm.
Oh. And a worm! Earthworm? But I'm after iron, so as long as neither of us die, we should be okay. Tungsten. That's not iron.
A typical growing pain I have noticed are holes in the ground. Noobs are always wondering how they get stronger and what they should do next, and yet they spend the first several hours of their experience pretty high up in the world, not being bold enough to venture deeper. I genuinely would love to hear from you whether you were bold and adventurous and bulldozed deep into the earth when you first played Terraria, or if it took you a while. Thinking back myself, I think I might have been the same, staying closer to the surface, but also caves were quite a bit different when I started playing. Meanwhile, Travis is trying to figure out housing.
And maybe build Dylan a house.
I am sure Dylan would like that.
Yeah, maybe he wants a seat.
Maybe.
Like at a table or something like that.
Why,
He didn't tell me what he wanted, but
why do you think you'd want a seat?
just because that's what houses have. They have tables and chairs, and those are like some of the first things that I could craft. And I don't know why I would want a seat, so maybe Dylan wants a seat. Dylan, do you like a seat? Oh, you ask him about crafting, he just opens my crafting inventory. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna make a wooden table and 2 chairs.
Any reason for getting 2 chairs?
Well, I guess I could get 3, but since it's a 2D game, you can't put 3 chairs around a table.
True. There'd be 1 chair for each of us.
Tall. Yeah. I can't rotate the chair, can I? Maybe.
Try taking a step to the right.
What? Okay. Oh, here comes Dylan. Dylan, do you want a table? Should be.
I love how he's trying to lure the guide like some sort of prey. I do wonder how many noobs are as invested in the guide as Travis is. From what I've gathered, a lot of people don't end up interacting with him all that much, but Travis was a good little noob, and this really helped him a lot with the early game growing pains.
Interact with backgrounds, use a hammer. Oh, I'm learning so much.
Yeah.
I just need to talk to the NPC. Okay. Wow. Maybe I should have done that like days ago. Merchant, I have a green slime banner. What do I do with that?
Now this is a real small thing, but banners are also something that has confused several noobs I've introduced to Terraria, especially as it's one of the first items they are likely to get that hangs from the bottom of a block.
That should let the slimes to know not to mess with my house.
Thanks to the guide though, Travis is pushed to go back underground.
He was saying something about hearts downstairs in the caves. So, let's go see if I can get a bajillion hearts. Or something.
And so, for the first time, he braves the caves.
Those guys are red. What are you doing? Don't die! Because I cannot save you! Oh, that's fascinating. It's the glowing red things. Rubies. I don't know what these are good for, but I will hoard them.
He had hardly gone far at all, but already realized he made a classic noob mistake.
Okay, I kind of forgot about getting back up.
He had a hard time figuring out rope, which, fair enough, that's pretty normal. I do wonder what most noobs do when they inevitably get stuck in caves for the first time, though. Maybe they already found recall potions or a magic mirror and it's no issue. Maybe they block up, maybe they save an exit. Whatever the case, his spelunking was very brief, and we took a break where his first words on the world hit me right in the nostalgia because I said this very thing a lot back in the day, and still maybe a little bit do.
What was I doing last time?
Don't know.
Remember. I was thinking about it on Monday of what was going on.
At last, he made his way to the corruption once more.
Oh, that's an ugly beetle.
Oh.
Ow.
He did.
He hits pretty hard.
Apparently. Oh, he's going to follow me. He's going to follow me all the way back to you. I'm bringing him back to you.
Okay.
You're going to have to beat him no matter what. I believe in you. I brought the beetle back.
No, he's big and slow and not so slow. I want to go home.
Get him. I believe in you. Ooh, he's parkouring. Go. Hold the door.
Go. Okay. Okay, you can stay out there.
Door open.
You eater of souls. Okay. Is that what he is? Is the eater of souls?
Yep, that's what it's called.
Oh. An umbrella slime. Interesting.
That was when he first discovered he could hover his mouse over an enemy and learn its name. While our Eater of Souls friend tried to break inside, he started talking to the guide again.
Underground or crystal? You said this twice now. That's interesting. Smash them with a pickaxe. 5 fallen stars. I can bind an item. Magic capacity. Oh, I have 1. Or 2. I have 2.
Ooh.
Also, there's magic. Okay. There are many different ways to attract people to move into our town. We need to build extra houses, eh?
To my amazement at the time, the guide explicitly explains how to make suitable housing and calls out the housing interface. The interface was mentioned after he was told how to move people using the interface though, so the order wasn't the best, which has me wondering if there are noobs that get stuck on some of the dialogue from the guide that was out of order, only for the explanation to come later. Despite all this super helpful information though, it's still a lot to go through.
Okay, there's a whole bunch of stuff. Wow. How long does this guy talk?
I don't know. This is the first time I've seen someone click through it so much, so I'm curious.
Okay, I guess you're learning too. Okay, that's weird.
What?
Golf? You can golf in Terraria?
Before he tries anything, he needs to figure out how to kill the Eater of Souls. Get him.
Ow,
I
ow.
believe in you.
Stay over there.
Uh-oh. Come on, Travis.
Just button mash.
You got this. Oh no. Oh,
he's so close,
fatality.
yet
It's harder than I thought.
Unfortunate. But
Okay.
now we have a pet. Look at him. He's so cute.
Is he stuck?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
You got
Maybe
this.
he is.
You got this, Travis.
Okay, so
I
almost dead.
believe.
Die,
Oh
sir.
no.
Die.
It's
Ah.
one hit. Oh, he fled.
Maybe I should make the rest of that wooden armor, eh? Matching attire.
Sweet.
Oh, I thought I would.
The wood
He's so
armor
close to
did not
dead.
save him.
Probably because it's made out of wood and held together with cobwebs or something. My new goal in life is to kill this ugly crab eyeball.
Crab eyeball. I just love hearing how
Oh,
you
come on.
describe all the things.
Well, I only recently learned they have names, so.
One quite unfortunate growing pain I totally forgot about is that there are things that you can craft only to realize soon after that you really didn't want them and end up wasting a lot of resources.
It's like I have an iron bar,
Uh-huh.
and I forgot it was called a bar because I didn't see tin bar, so now I have lots of tin bricks. There was a way to uncraft things, I thought. Okay, I have tin bricks. I bet they look pretty cool, don't they?
I bet they do.
They better. Oh, yeah.
Ooh. Really quick, I want to mention a unique obstacle Travis had to overcome.
Before the game started, I completely moved all of my key bindings
Oh.
because I'm left-handed.
How does one play Terraria left-handed? In fact, how do most left-handed people play video games? Do you just learn to play the games with your less dominant hand or end up changing the controls to fit you every single time? Travis said he remapped the numbers on his hotbar so the number 1 slot was 7 or something like that. It's really interesting and weird, I guess, as a normal right-handed oh, wow, I just called left-handed people weird. You are. I'm growing to have to ask him to send a screenshot of how he's mapped his keys. In the meantime, he's run into the most obvious and consistent growing pain of all. The question, what do I do next?
Yeah, looking around, trying to figure out what the next step is. Because it's like, do I go for find more people? I kind of want to have a better way to kill all these things. That probably requires better equipment. But I haven't figured out how to do that yet. By having more resources, but I haven't figured out how to do that yet.
Where do you get the resources you have?
But every time I have a bunch of them, I don't know if I have enough. I don't know crafting recipes. And then I always run out of wood, but I have 41 wood right now.
Not knowing how much you need is something I've heard from all of my friends I've introduced to the game, and since Travis still hasn't figured out the guide's crafting function, he has even less to go off of. Noobs seem to fit into two camps. Either they spend forever in the mines, endlessly searching for materials because they don't know if they have enough, or they go for quick trips thinking that they probably have gathered enough, only to realize they barely have anything at all. Maybe this will push Travis to go deeper.
Oh, I forgot there's worms down here.
Worm! Kill it, Travis.
Wow,
Kill
I
it.
didn't mean to run away so far, but I know there's iron and stuff up here. So,
Let's just say Travis likes surviving and not dying a lot. Pretty sure that's the same for a lot of people. Dying means failure. Nobody likes failure. Becoming numb to death is something all Terrarians have to do, as death is the natural part of learning. But that's something he'll have to learn sometime in the future. For now, he's staying high up in the world to gather his materials.
Is there a particular ore that you're after, or is it
I don't
just
know.
anything?
Whatever usually the most easier one to get is the next progression in materials for crafting, building. So iron was the idea. I don't know if iron is next or tin is next or what.
It's a fair question. Before having actually made anything, there isn't exactly a way to figure out what ore is the most valuable or strongest. Maybe with enough time they can figure out which ones are rarer and deduce which is better that way, but for those initial mining trips, no noob will have any idea what ore is best unless they get only the original ores. In fact, let's think about that. Terraria started with copper, iron, silver, and gold. A very obvious line of progression can be drawn from one to the other based on the real-world value of each. With tin, lead, tungsten, and platinum being tossed into the mix, things become a lot more fuzzy, especially if you start with copper tools. As great as it is to have these variances in the ores, it would appear to me that the game design that subtly tells the players what ore is more valuable has become muddy. Moving on, my friend encounters another very common question for noobs.
Can I not swim? No, yeah, I can. Okay. No, I cannot.
Aha. Drown.
Nope, I can't swim. I can only jump really high in water.
Something more strange is that Travis appears to have a problem distinguishing the ores from each other.
Ah, this one is a different color. What is it? It says iron. But I can only see the difference when they're next to each other.
I don't really have an explanation for this. Do noobs have a hard time distinguishing the different ores and blocks from each other? Is that normal since they are not used to seeing them and don't have trained eyes to notice them? I don't think so, but you can let me know if you struggled noticing the difference when you started playing. Maybe it's just a Travis thing. I don't know the size of his monitor. Even while struggling to notice the difference, he did gather enough to craft some things.
Heavy-duty workbench? What? The zombie with the puddle on his head. Now I have lots of materials. Wow, okay, now I have too many options. So what is better? Tin is 10 melee. Iron is definitely better. Broadsword, short sword, very fast, average, weak. So why make a short sword when you can make a broadsword? That doesn't make sense. Okay, I can make a toilet! Oh! Out of any iron bar. That takes a lot of iron. Okay, well, let's just make some tools. Where did the iron stuff go?
Well,
Didn't use that much things. Well, let's make a tin pickaxe, see how much better that is. And maybe a tin axe, eh? Ah!
look at him
This
go.
sword works so much better. Okay, I like this sword. Oh, this is a lot of stars. This is more my speed. You can actually do damage. Haha! I'm gonna figure out what to do with these stars now. Maybe, possibly. Oh! Mana crystal. Aha!
Hey.
Aha! Now I have 3 things. Not that I know what they do,
But
or how
you
to
have
use them, but I have them. That clears inventory space. Aha. Gotta have lots of resources to do anything. I think quite a bit of this battle is learning how to manage my inventory.
He's definitely not wrong about that. Managing the inventory is kind of a big deal for new players, and I noticed many times that he would totally miss new items he'd gathered. Presumably, he would hover his mouse over them briefly when he first gathered them, and then forgot they existed by the time he returned home because by then he had collected other new items, so the highlight was gone, and there's a bunch of other stuff distracting him. Many times I'd watch him sorting or crafting and fail to notice some important new item for quite a long time. With that said, he felt emboldened now that he had a better sword.
I don't want to go mining again. I want to go exploring, see what's out here. Now that I can actually kill things. Oh, also this sword is not stabby like the other one I had. Okay, sir. Rematch time.
All right.
Whoop.
Ooh, good one.
Ow, 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 ow. What? Don't step on those specific plants, I guess. Ah, you sir are lunch meat now. Oh, there's a lot of them.
Oh, yeah.
Ow, ow, they're hurting me again. Oh, this is not good.
Oh, that was... Just got absolutely devoured.
Yeah, there's like 6 of them. Oh, I killed a bunny. I did not mean to do that.
How dare you? You're a terrible person.
I know. Do I go down or not? I don't know. I don't know. The only problem is going down. I'm not so good at getting back up. Especially when it comes to stressful situations. Okay, now there's 2 of you. I'm just going to go away now. There's 3 of them.
Whoa!
Why is there a worm up here?
I think there's like something watching us right now.
Like an eyeball. Okay, I'm on 1 heart. I almost got him.
He was still struggling to cross the corruption, and back at home, he's created an ectomist without realizing it. He's noticed it's darker, but isn't sure why at the moment. He's just collecting his tombstones because he likes having them as a sort of memorial or to keep track of his deaths. I even told him about how if you type /death in the chat, it'll tell you how many times you've died. That works in single player, by the way, if you don't know. But even so, he still wants to collect the tombstones. I get it, but it has an unfortunate side effect. He also thought this was suitable housing. He just forgot, like most noobs, the need to add walls.
Okay, well, maybe someday someone will come to that house. We'll see.
He wanted to explore again, but still isn't confident at night. This time he wanted to go right, but the desert is right next door.
Look at all this gold. I mean, sand. Sand falls down. Well, that's going to be really annoying to go really far in.
Yep.
I don't want to do that.
So he went underground instead.
Did you know that a thing of bananas is called a hand?
What?
You can have a hand of bananas.
Please
like
no.
a murder of crows. It's a hand of bananas.
I'm disconnecting the world now.
Well, this is a better place. I know there's no sand this way. Let's go this way. We found more drowning places. Yay. Look, a puddle of water if you were to drown in. Don't drown too much.
Bye.
No! No!
Once again, he didn't go very far, but he did find himself a gemcorn and made a mistake I made for a very long time, and I feel vindicated seeing this. Gemcorns not only don't grow in dirt, but also don't grow on the surface. But it's an acorn, so of course a noob would assume that an acorn would be planted like all the other acorns he's found. I'm not sure how someone is meant to learn this other than through observation, I guess. Not that it's a bad thing to have game features like that, just that it'll take much longer for someone to learn the mechanic that way.
It's a, what do you call it? Defective acorn.
Back to the corruption, where the inevitable call of the corruption chasms becomes too much.
It's so tempting.
Oh.
Okay. Yep, we're going.
Yeah, I guess you got no choice now.
Whoa.
On the next trip, he had the foresight to place some rope. Not enough to get all the way down, but enough to help him land in a pool of water.
Okay, we're going far.
Hey, he lives!
Good thing I got some wood. Oh, whoa, this stuff is tough. Will it break ever? Not? Might be screwed.
What happened next made me think of the days before recall potions. If you ended up in a hole like this and didn't want to die, you either had to climb out or save and exit. Travis didn't really know about, or maybe doesn't want to use, the save and exit strategy, and so he very slowly tried to climb his way out. That is, until a worm attacked.
I might just drown.
Sees worm gives up. I'm succumbing to the water.
Well, maybe I'll go to the desert instead of going that way.
Let's try it.
Obviously not have the right equipment yet. I can't swim, and we found some water. Well, it's just problem solving. You have to identify the problem first.
Yeah. I didn't expect him to think of this small oasis as an obstacle, but he crossed it no problem after he had a moment to think.
Okay, they just keep coming and don't stop coming. I'm just gonna annoy them. Run away.
At the end of the desert, Travis found his very first treasure chest. What would happen to be inside? A step stool. That has to be one of the most disappointing first chests ever. But at the same time, I suppose a radar would be even more useless for a noob, so it could be worse. Then again, I think he actually found an aglet earlier. Whatever the case, maybe a second chest.
We're in the candy caves, or whatever, flower caves. That star just smashed a zombie.
Oh, what'd you end up doing with that step stool you found?
I have it in my inventory.
He ate it.
Nice.
I think, somewhere.
Oh, he fell into a zombie hole. Bye, Travis.
Good thing I have a sword. I have a not diamond sword. Day and night cycle's like super duper long. This is a really long night. Okay, I wanted to look at this pink tree to see if it's like the ruby gemcorn tree or whatever. See if it's planted on something different, but it looks like dirt.
Oh, I never would have thought of that. The pink trees do have a similar trunk style to the gemcorn trees, so much so that Travis thinks the two are the same type of tree, and thus gemcorns should grow the same way that this one has. I have no idea what to make of this. I'm still trying to wrap my mind around the similarity between the two. I never noticed. What I can, however, wrap my mind around is how Travis thinks NPCs work.
Well, we haven't run into too much over here. Just more foresty things. There's supposed to be more people out here, isn't there? Somewhere? Maybe? Possibly?
There are games where you find people out in the world, and I guess there are some of those in Terraria, but most move in just from making housing after certain points in progression. The guide spells out how to get just about every NPC, but Travis didn't really get to any of those, other than one simply stating he needed to make more homes, and for the time being, he didn't want to do a bunch of building, he wanted to explore.
Ouch!
That was
Travis,
violent.
you're almost dead.
I know. Die.
Do not die, Travis. Oh, and I just told you not to do that.
I can't hit my ankles.
Now that he was back home, he did read what the guide had to say again.
If you combine lenses with a demon altar, you might be able to find a way to summon a powerful monster. Oh, cross any demon altars? I know there's some like weird stone platform things. If I put together my lenses on a demon altar, I can summon a monster. But I do not know what a demon altar looks like, so we shall not do that.
I talk more about this interaction in my video about how the guide makes or breaks Terraria, but put simply, he was told to use a demon altar as a crafting station before he was told where they could be found. The order or dialogue the guide offers makes a real difference in how a noob interacts with the game, because now he's been told to find something without being given a single clue, and so he ignored it.
I want to open a can of worms. I'm gonna go over here. I have no idea what it's going to do. Over here, on the library, we are going to learn what can of worms do. Yeah. It gave me worms. What was I expecting?
What were you expecting?
I don't know if it was gonna be some like fancy thing that opened up like a Pandora's box kind of thing.
These are some of the initial growing pains many Terraria noobs experience. Travis has plenty more he'll encounter, and I'm sure that you ran into some different problems while learning the game, as well as many of the same problems. Before we end, Travis asked a very good question that could speak volumes.
I was thinking about that earlier this week. I've never actually killed the Ender Dragon in Minecraft, so I've never actually beat the game. So I was like, I wonder, does Terraria have an end game? So that'll be something I'd like to figure out what is the direction that it goes.
Yeah.
Because right now I haven't figured that out yet.
No.
Right now it's find people, talk to people, or whatever.
This is a very big question. After a couple of hours in the game, Travis hasn't made a whole lot of progress, and so he is asking the question, what am I even doing this for? Is there a point? He's been enjoying himself. He wasn't wondering when he could stop playing. He just wasn't sure if there was a point to it all, or if he was just aimlessly exploring and collecting things for their own sake, or maybe there was a greater goal. Now, Terraria is a sandbox, so in the end, a person could have just as much fun never killing any bosses and building for all of their days as they could if they raced to every single boss. Sandboxes reveal two types of gamers, the ones who want to hang around and the ones who yearn for conquest. Depending on a new player's expectations and what they want from the game, this could lead to some frustration, especially for those who want to progress because it takes a very long time to do so as a noob. It forces the noob to ask several times after the first hour or two if the time invested is going to be worth it. The answer to that question will determine whether someone leaves forever or continues until the point that they learn what makes Terraria truly special. And the guide is the one who's most responsible for making sure the noob actually knows what they're doing, so much so that he's the one who really makes or breaks Terraria, and if you want to see me explain that in greater detail, you can watch the video right here.